Hello, everyone, and welcome to class. Today, we are going to be talking about shoulder impingement and some exercises that we can do to help relieve some of the pain and also, in a way, help to heal the impingement. Now, a shoulder impingement, if you've never had one of these things, but I doubt it if you're watching this video, you've had or you have a shoulder impingement, is when one of the ligaments are basically inflamed or aggravated because of repetitive motion or because we move the wrong way or also because of injury. This way here, it stops us from moving. So a lot of the times you'll know this because you won't be able to lift your shoulder because you have some kind of blockage coming through, or it's extremely difficult to lift your shoulder and to lift your arm higher than the level of your shoulder. It all depends on which grade the impingement is. This kind of thing happens, like I say, from repetitive movement. So for me, working as an archaeologist, always with a shovel and banging all the time into hard soil, rocks, and those kinds of things. These kinds of things I've had on this side here, just from the motion of hitting all of the time. So some of these exercises I use myself, so you know that they are effective because I have now full range of motion. But I want you to take it easy with this here. Talk to your doctor first. Like all the other videos that I do about specific injuries or about pain relief for certain things, always please talk to your doctor first. Make sure that it is an impingement and not something with the rotator cuff. Different exercises, different injury, different things we have to do to heal them. Also, if you've just had it, wait a little bit, put some ice on it, let it cool down, let the swelling go down a little bit before you start doing movement. Now, all the movements we're doing today is about getting space. A lot of the times with the shoulder, with this kind of happens, what happens is that we're banging so much that we're decreasing the space within the shoulder. So what we need to do is create space. So some of the exercises are about the shoulder and creating space. Some of them are actually about strengthening, most of the time, the trapezoids and the serratus, because then they pull the scapula downwards, giving you more room within the shoulder, because then they are strong enough to do so. Often enough in our modern day, for us, those muscles are quite weak, from looking at computers, working on computers, also on cell phones, we're always looking this way, even when we think we're standing up straight. So everything comes in, the muscles here are shortened out, and all of these muscles here are lengthened out and weakened, so we don't have the strength to always stand up nice and straight throughout the day. So some of these exercises are about strengthening. Some of the exercises are also about giving space. So what we're going to do here is the first exercise we're going to do. Here you can either do it on a wall if you want to, or you can also do it without a wall. So I'm going to do it without a wall because I don't have an issue with it. So what we're going to do, I'll do it on this side here because this was my shoulder that had the issue. So hip width apart. You're going to do here again, like in most videos you see, hands come out, bam, hinge at the hips, come down. You're just going to leave the arm hang. In reality, try to keep your back straight here. You can put your other hand on the knee if you want to. All I want you to do is give some small circles. That's it. Over towards the right, nice small circles. So you see here that I have a few exercises that we're doing standing, and then a few exercises that we're also going to do on the ground. So here, really it's not about using a lot of muscle here or anything, try to loosen off the muscles. It's about giving space and let the hanging do what it needs to be doing. So if you need to do this on the wall, again here, then you're on the wall this way here, and you're just going to hang down. All right, let's go the other way. Yeah, let's go towards the left. And here, if you want to, you can increase the size of the circles if you want to. It's not a problem. So here also then, you can turn around, do it on the other side if you want to also. But typically this here for the side that is impinged, That's the side we need to do this on. The next exercise you can do is also part of a yoga exercise, part about giving space inside. What I want you to do is I want you to do a forward bend. Yeah, so we know this in yoga. We come forward like this all the time. Most of the time people put their hands on the mat. But what I want you to do here is grab your elbows with your hands and just hang loosely. Now, right now, this is a pretty passive exercise, but we're going to change that. What I want you to do is slowly move the shoulders, move the elbows side to side. Yeah, so you're just sliding them from one side to the other, nice and easy. So here you'll notice if you do have an impingement, then you might get a little bit of pain at one side. Yeah, try to figure out where it is and just really kind of loosen it off. All right, so we'll come back into the middle here. So the other thing we're going to do now is forward and backwards. So we're going to pull the elbows over the top of your head as far as you can. And then you're going to bring them in towards your legs. You're going to bring them up as far as you can, back towards the legs. Pull them out as far as you can, back through the legs. For a lot of people, this here, one more time, the pain is lessened because the elbows are pulling down on the shoulder, giving that space that you need to have. And this is what we want. All right, come back into the middle. So here, we're going to do the same thing as we did with the arm, except we're going to do it with the hands like this here and with the arm this way here. So I want you to do some circles here. Just small ones. You don't need to be very, very big. Just small ones. If you find being over like this here with straight legs is difficult, just bend the knees a little bit. It's okay. But we want gravity here to really work for us. All right, so now go the opposite way. All right, back into the middle. So here, whatever is best for you, drop the hands, just let them hang for a second. Whenever you're ready, bend the knees slightly. Come to standing up. Keep an eye on that blood pressure. Good. So these are two good ways to really get, because your arm is hanging and your shoulder is loosened off, is a good way first to get that movement in there before you go to the next ones. Okay, the next one we're going to do, for some people, it's a little bit more difficult. What you're going to do is you're going to take your problematic arm first. So I'm going to do it on the right side here. I'm going to come around looking up this way here. What you're going to do is you're going to bring it on your back. Bring it as far as you can. Yeah, so if it's where mine is right now, it's good. If it's here, this is not a problem either. But I want you to bring it up towards, at least towards here. Now you'll notice sometimes that you'll get the pain coming in or out. So judge first how this is going to feel for you whenever you're doing it, as to how high you can come. What you're going to do with the left arm for me is I'm going to actually grab with the right arm the left arm. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull forward. But it's not just a pull forward. The right shoulder, again, I'm going to pull the shoulder blades down. Now, so try not to have this this big S-curve in your back. So I'm going to move sideways so you know what I just did. So I grabbed onto the arm here. I moved the arm forward. But here what I've done is I've rolled the shoulder up and then back down again. And I'm just holding it here, actually. I'm not doing anything at the moment other than holding it here. And if you don't have an impingement or issues with the rotator cuff, this shouldn't hurt. Actually, you should probably feel no real tension or stressing at all. If you do, it's either because you have the impingement or your shoulders are really tight to begin with. So right now, like I said, if you don't have an impingement or if you're doing the arm without the impingement, this seems pretty easy to do. But trust me, when you have an impingement, it will pull onto that shoulder. All right, we're going to drop down the left hand. All right, so here the right hand, what you're going to do is nice and easy. You're going to slide it down on the side and just put it beside you. Just let it hang there for a second. So now we're going to do the other side simply because why not? We have two sides to the body, so bring that left hand up. Grab the right arm with that left hand. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull forward and flex. Make sure that shoulder blade is rolled down and all the way down. You're going to end up feeling this in the muscles in your back simply because if you're not used of using them to stand up straight or from bad posture. It's completely normal. Don't worry about it. It will feel better after a while. Okay, so for here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to release, drop the hand. We're going to let that left hand fall down. And now we're going to come to standing. So I want you to have the feet hip width apart. The hands are going to be beside you. Now what we're going to do here is you're actually going to rotate the thumbs outwards. So in yoga, this is what we call Tadasana, so mountain pose. Yeah. So here again, shoulders roll back, shoulder blades together, shoulders blades run down the side of your back along the ribs. All right, so you're going to stay like this here. Now what I want you to do is shove the thumbs backwards a little bit more. Try to get some rotation in there to really prop those shoulders back. And here what I want you to do is I want you to shrug. So I want you to bring up the shoulders towards your ears. Hold it there for a second. Nice and slowly drop them all the way back down as deep as you can. We're going to do this another 2 times. So breathe in. We're going to bring the shoulders all the way up. Make sure those thumbs are really pushed back as far as you can. Now we're going to drop them down. Last time, breathing in, bring those shoulders nice and high. And then breathing out, you're going to drop them down. All right, now nice and easy, relax the hands. So you might notice here actually that at the beginning your thumbs were inside and now they're outside a little bit. It's only because it's adjusted your posture a little bit so that you're standing straighter. Yeah? All right, so next things we're going to do are on the floor. So I'll meet you on the floor. So now for the floor stuff. So here again, they're not difficult to do. Take it nice and easy and we go from there. So first thing I want you to do is come up, hands and knees. Now your hands are going to be underneath your shoulders. Your knees are going to be underneath the hips here. Nice and easy. Good. So here, most people know this. I want you to put the knees out nice and wide. And you're going to come back into this child pose. Walk the hands out if you need to. Nice and long here. First, dropping the head towards the mat. Take a few breaths here. So if the impingement is new and is very hard, this could be difficult to do. And also try to find here your best position. So if you're here at the moment, is as far as you can go, that's okay. Yeah? Just stay with it, breathe, and try to pay attention. If there's a stretch inside of it, it's good. If you get a sharp pain, like a knife being put into your shoulders, then it's best basically to come out of it a little bit and then just drop down on the elbows for the moment. Take a little bit of a break and then see how far you can come. If for you this is okay, then stay here for a few breaths. And then what we're going to do is actually we're going to walk up the hands. So I want you to basically have your knees underneath your hips. So the top of your legs are basically at a 90-degree angle to the floor. And then here what you're going to do is, this is going to be a deep stretch into the shoulder. You're going to drop here your head towards the mat. So this is what we call happy puppy. So basically, you know, when a dog wants to play, this is the same form. So if you can put your forehead on the mat, do it. If not, it's okay. If you're doing okay with the shoulder and you want to do something a little bit more, then actually you can look forward and put your chin on the mat. And this will really dig into those shoulders, throwing the shoulder blades closer together, opening up the front of the chest and into the shoulder. So try to find here what works best for you, and don't try to push it any. We don't want to make the impingement worse. If you find that your fingertips, arm, hand, anything like that there is falling asleep, come out of it Walk the hands back towards you. Come and sit down on your feet and wait it out. It's not about pushing and holding it for as long as possible. It's about increasing the range of motion. It's about finding out where your range of motion is compared to what it was beforehand and what needs to be done to be able to gain that range of motion back again. Impingements are one of those things where you need to let it rest, but you also need to do something with it, because if you don't do something with it, then you can get something worse, and that's a frozen shoulder. And trust me, if you think impingement is not fun, a frozen shoulder is even worse. So try to play with this. Don't push too far so that you're making more of the injury than you are. So really listen here to what's going on in your body as to what you do and how far you do it. Okay, so that's nice and easy. No, not a problem. Okay, so we're going to come back on the hands and knees. This is the last one on the hands and knees here. So what I want you to do is knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. So what we're going to do here is you're going to breathe in. I want you to drop the shoulders here, squeezing the shoulder blades closer together. So you're just kind of loosening out everything, coming down. All right, as you breathe out, I want you to push into the hands, splitting. It's like the cat and cow pose we were doing, is that try to keep your back nice and straight and really push, separating those shoulder blades. You're going to breathe in again. You're going to come down, really just relax those shoulders. Find out here also where the range is. Where does it hurt? And where does it feel okay? Do you have this part where it hurts and then it feels okay? Then you can go further or not. Yeah, and then here again, breathing in, you're going to push into the hands all the way up, splitting out those shoulder blades, keeping your back nice and straight. All right, let's do this again. Back down again. All right, last time up, push all the way up into the shoulders. All right, you're going to bring back down again and just relax. Okay, the next one we're going to do, next two we're going to do actually are going to be on our back. So let's get on the back and then we will go from there. Okay, so now we are on our backs. What I want you to do here, we're going to do first a thing for range of motion here, trying to see how our hands are. So I want you to have the hands together here on top of your body. You're going to breathe in, bring the shoulders up here. Try to let them just relax into the mat. You're going to pull up like you're going up a ladder and just drop them down again. Pull up like you're going up a ladder and down. Pull up and down. Pull up again and down. Good. So from here now, I want you to breathe out. See how far you can get your hands down towards the ground. If it's only the fingertips, it's okay. If it's the full hand, it's okay. Just see here how far you can get down. Try to relax into it a little bit. You're going to breathe in here, pulling the hands up. Then all the way down again. All right, let's do this again. You're going to pull up. You're going to go all the way down towards the top of the mat here or top of the ground. And then you're going to breathe in, come back into the middle. All right, so as you breathe out here, drop the elbows onto the mat. And now for me too, we're going to see this is going to be a good test. Let's see how things are. So as you breathe out, let the hands go far back as possible. Yeah, so you see my right hand here is actually not quite on the ground still. Yeah, there's still an issue with the shoulder, with the impingement. Yeah, but it is getting better, I have to say, because before it was here. Yeah, so I know that 6 months ago it was here. Now it's basically coming down towards the mat. Now, so you can bring the hands back up again. Now find your spot here, and then let them go back down again. So here a lot of people will really arch that back. Try not to do that. Pull that belly button right down towards your spine, trying to keep that back as stable and as straight and along the floor as possible. So breathe in, you come back up. So this is the last time. Then breathing out, bring the hands back down, leave it here. Like I said, you may find that your fingers go numb or the hands or anything else like that. If that happens, best thing to do is when you breathe in, bring the elbows together, bring the hands onto your chest just for a second. And then you can go back again to try it out. This way here, and then back down again. I even hear, yes, how I arched my back here, yeah, and I had to think about it, yeah. Bring that belly button in. All right, so again, you see how I got out of it a while ago? So as you breathe in, you're gonna breathe out, bring the elbows together. When you wanna get up, roll over onto the shoulder that is not impinged, and then come back up to sitting. All right, so sit. So there you have it, a few exercises to help you out when you have an impingement in the shoulder. It's also in reality good exercises to do for the shoulder, especially this breathing in, opening up the chest, shoulders come up, shoulder blades down, and just to stand and try to sit and stand completely straight. Like I said, most of the time, our muscles in our backs are not strong enough to keep our shoulder blades down because of our modern society. So always try here to breathe in, open up the chest and down. It'll always give room into the chest. It'll give room into the shoulders and maybe even help prevent shoulder impingement. And remember that the reasons for shoulder impingement are mostly repetitive movements. So if you're doing the same thing all the time on the same side, these kinds of things then can happen, especially if you're doing physical work. So carpentry, doing any kind of building at all, or like for me, working in archaeology and those kinds of things, you end up doing the same thing on the same side. Bad thing to do, learn how to work on the left and not so much on the right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. That would be fantastic. To have more support from all you guys and to know that my videos are having an impact on you guys and helping you out also. So leave a comment under there, leave a like, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you again for joining me, guys. So I will see you guys in the next video. I wish you all good health. I wish you all good wealth and lots of joy. See you next time.